Welcome to Travel Live Globally, where I am exploring the globe to bring you the experiences you need to live globally. My name is Tammy Renee, and you may be wondering where I am. I am here in Curacao. And why did I choose Curacao? Curacao has been one of the most best kept secrets. I traveled here in 2023 for the first time. I came twice that year. This is my third time here. So I chose Curacao to be the very first dropping series in Travel Live Globally because I know Curacao now. I know it. I've been here. I've traveled. I experienced it. And I want to bring those experiences to you. I want to share with you through this season what to expect when you visit Curacao. What are the laws if you want to move to Curacao? What is the cost of living? How are the people? Give you some hidden treasures or show you some hidden treasures and to join me inside as we go and experience Curacao together. All right, now we've established we are in Curacao, but some of you may not even know where Curacao is, and you're going to be very surprised. First, I'm going to show you how I discovered Curacao. How do you get there? What does it take to get into Curacao? The visa requirements, and if you want to become a resident or a citizen of Curacao, what does that look like? Plus, I'm going to share with you a special little treat, a special little privilege that U.S. citizens have when it comes to going to Curacao. So stay tuned. Let's go on, jump on that plane, and figure out where Curacao is. See you on the other side. All right, so my first discovery of Curacao was at the end of 2021. We wanted a trip and we were stuck in the house, so we needed to find a trip. But first, let me show you where Curacao is. So I went to Google Maps. I'm going to pull this up, and Curacao is actually part of the ABC Islands. You got Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. So you got ABC Islands, which a lot of people don't know that, and I did not know that until I discovered Curacao. So Curacao has not been a highly traveled destination, so it is fairly new to the tourist industry. Whereas Aruba, it is very Americanized. So you get a different flavor and flair and vibe when you go to Curacao to visit Curacao versus Aruba. So from Atlanta to Curacao, it is only a 4-hour trip. But you see there, it's not very far. It's right there in front of Venezuela area and easy to get to. You can get direct flights on Delta from Atlanta and other places wherever you have a hub that flies international. You may be able to get direct flights. When we first started traveling, though, they did not have direct flights to Curacao from Atlanta. We used to have to go to Miami. And I know from Miami, it's about a 3.5 hour flight, but it would be an all day trip for us, right? Because we would have to fly from Atlanta to Miami and then Miami to Curacao. And Delta just started recently doing direct flights because the tourist industry is growing. This is Little Klein. This is a cute little island to go visit over there. You can take a ferry over to Little Klein to visit. It's a must see when you go to Curacao. Beautiful white sand beaches, and I'll probably be sharing some photos and things like that later on in this season of these episodes. So, like I mentioned, during the pandemic in 2021, we were ready to take a trip and did not know where to go. So, one of the places we went was go to Google Flights. It is an awesome site to use when you're looking for somewhere to go. You click on the flights and you see we have in Atlanta, and you could put anywhere in that and do a search from there. But what I did was I put in Caribbean. I put in Caribbean and I left the dates open because I was going by price. We were on this budget. We wanted to find one of the cheapest places we could find just to get out the house. But as you see, they will come up with all of the Caribbean islands on where you can go. And because we didn't put a date in, it typically will give you the best price date in this section here. See, Curacao at this time, and when this was July 4th, it's giving you the date for 5 something. But as you can see, all of these dates and things are different, prices are different. As you can see on there, Aruba is only $323 at the time of me looking at this. Bonaire is a little bit more expensive. It's closer to the Curacao rate, but Aruba is always going to be 9 times out of 10 cheaper to fly. If you want to get from Aruba to Curacao, you have to take another flight. They do not have ferries that go from Aruba to Curacao to Bonaire. And I found out because the waters are too rough for the boats, you would be sick, nauseous, all of those things. So that's why they don't have the ferries that go from the island. You can't do island hopping in a boat, but you can do it on a plane. So you can also go ahead and put in the area you want to go if you want to search for different dates for that specific area. So I'll put in Curacao because I want to go to Curacao. It's still going to give me the best dates because I did not put a date in yet to fly for the cheapest right there. But you can go in here and you can change your dates so that you can get the exact time frame that you are looking to fly. So when you click on this part right here, you see it shows you all the prices at any time you want to fly to Curacao from your destination that you have chosen, which I put in Atlanta. It's going to tell me all the prices, and I can book my trip around the pricing if I have that flexibility with my job or my career or my business or my life, right? I can book around the time that is best feasible so that I get the best prices. There are times when prices to Curacao, I have seen them go up to $1,000, and I've seen them as low as, now I'm used to seeing when we went, it was only 300 and something dollars. I haven't seen those prices in a while. Most of the prices is between 4 and 500 right now to fly round trip. That is from Atlanta. I don't know about anywhere else, but that is from Atlanta. So if you have not booked your trip, whether it is to Curacao or anywhere else in the world, use Google Flights. Go in under, make sure that your browser is hidden so the prices don't change when you go to purchase the price, because they be keeping track of all that, so we don't want that to happen. So incognito. So if you are ready to travel, make sure you go in and go to Google Flights so that your rates don't change when you go back to book it. So you want to hide your browser so you get the best rates possible. Okay, so now let's go jump on our flight and let's go see what it takes to visit Curacao. This episode is brought to you by Wave Philosophy. You ready to move abroad? Go to iwanttoliveabroad.com and get your free checklist to set you up for success. All right, you are all packed, ready to go. Getting on that flight. Before you go, though, there is an immigration card paperwork that you need to fill out for Curacao. So you need to fill that out prior to arriving to Curacao. Now, if you're just going for a visa tourist visa, there is no visa requirement to stay up to 6 months at a time or per year. So you can't do 6 months, leave for a month, and then come back for the remaining 5 months. You can't do that. You can do 6 months in a year. So you can do 3 months, 3 months here, 3 months there. You can do 2 months, whatever, as long as it's only 6 months per year. All you need is your passport. You don't need any additional information. It is recommended that you have insurance, but it is not required. And when you're leaving the United States, you have to leave by the time you have to show that you have a return flight, and you're going to have to give the information on where you're staying in order to get in and out of Curacao. So that is just going on a tourist visa when you're in Curacao. So you want to be more than just a tourist. You want to work in Curacao. You can apply for a digital nomad visa, and this allows for you to stay, I believe, up to a year in Curacao. The digital nomad visa actually has a fee to it. So you're going to pay the fee, which is around $265 to $300, and you have to pay that for your application, and you're typically approved within 2 weeks. For your application, what you will need is a copy of your passport. You need to show proof of work that you can sustain yourself through employment or your own job. You're going to need the COVID-19 vaccine records to show that you have had that, a criminal background check, and proof of the address of where you are staying in Curacao, and a motivational letter showing that you plan to leave after the nomad visa is up. They don't want a lot of illegals there, even though they're okay. We're not going to get into that. We'll talk about that later. But that is what you need if you want to go in as a nomad visa. But there's something better for American citizens, and that is through the treaty. There is a treaty that is done between the Dutch and the US citizens that we can go over there unlimited with, easily get a resident. You do not have to invest. You just have to apply for this, and that is through a background check also. This allows you to live and work in Curacao indefinitely. It is not hard to get. Pass your background check. Have your you have to have insurance, proof of insurance, but this is something you renew every year, so that you can stay indefinitely. They're not going to kick you out unless you want to leave, right? So you do have to fill out what they call the declaration of law paperwork. This is part of the treaty paperwork that they have, friendship treaty that they have with the Dutch. So it is very, you don't, and there's no fee, there's no application fee. Now you may want to hire a lawyer to help you make sure you have all your paperwork done. It takes a little longer than the nomad visa to get approved for this treaty application to be able to stay indefinitely. But once it's done, it's done. No investment required. I think it's a great opportunity. So you got residency, but you're thinking you want a second passport. You want to be a permanent citizenship of Curacao. Well, the way to do this is through investment. You can invest starting from $280,000 or more to become a permanent citizen. Now, when you do this investment, you automatically immediately get residency. Once you have established yourself for 5 years and you keep that property for 5 years and your residency in good standing for 5 years, that is when you switch over to a permanent citizen, right? You do not have to give up your citizenship in the United States by taking this route. You keep dual citizenship, so this is an advantage. This is really really worth it, right? But you, when you're traveling to and from the United States, you will still have to use your US passport, which is okay because you want to be recognized as a US citizen when you're coming into the US country, right? But when you travel anywhere else, you now have that Dutch, that European passport, which is a very strong, good passport. So it is very much worth investing your time into and investing into a property to get this. So remember, that is $280,000 that you would need. You would need also your, like everything else, your criminal background, your health insurance, statement of residency, and financial, showing that you can financially take care of yourself. But it is one of the fastest ways to getting approved for your residency moving into permanent citizenship. So that is very much well worth it. So if that's a route you want to go, make sure you check that out. So just to break these down one more time. For a visa, a tourist visa, all you need is your ID and proof of funds and where you are staying. You need to fill out the entry paperwork to showing you're coming into Curacao that gives all the information where you're going and where you need it. You do not need an extra visa for that. Next one is a digital nomad visa. With a digital nomad visa, there is a fee of $265 to $300 for the application fee. It takes 2 weeks to get approved. You do not need any additional visa requirements. Long-term residency. You want to fill out the paperwork, declaration of law that allows you to stay more than 6 months at a time. And this, you just have to show your, again, your medical history, your criminal background, and it takes a couple more weeks to process than it does for the nomad visa. You don't need any additional visa for that. And then for the investment to residency, you need to spend at least $280,000. You get approved for residency within 2 weeks, and within 5 years of maintaining good standings, you would then become a citizen of Curacao or the Dutch Caribbean. This also allows you to travel to Amsterdam and Holland and all of that stuff. You get the benefits of Amsterdam and Holland because they own the island. So if you are ready to make that move, contact me at iwanttoliveabroad.com and we can make it happen. Get your checklist, get started. Also, am doing retreats there, so that is something you want to consider doing to get your feet wet in the area. Let me know because I'm always going there if I'm not already living there by the time you're listening to this. Thank you for watching Travel Live Globally. Now, let's see what we do when we land. See you on the other side. All right, we have landed in Curacao. Yes, we are here. As you can see, you're going to land on the tarmac and you will have to walk from your plane to the entrance into the gates so that you can go through customs. If it is raining, you won't be walking in the rain. So, and we are now in Curacao. All right, you done made it through customs. So once you make it through customs, right there in the airport is all the car rentals. At least all the national recognized car rentals like Hertz, Budget, Thrifty, and so on. So if you have a car rental, you want to just walk up to the gate, pick up your car, they will walk you over to your car. Once you get to your car, you want to make sure you walk around and film your car. Film everything, every dent, every scratch, everything that looks like it might be something, because you don't want to be blamed for this at the end of your trip or be charged the fee that you didn't know was coming. But the people are friendly. They'll walk around, talk with you. Just make sure you film all the way around the car and take pictures. What would I gotta do?
No diesel.
No diesel. Yellow handle only.
Yellow handle only.
All right, y'all hear that? When y'all come and visit and y'all rent a car like this, yellow handle only.
Only yellow handle.
Only yellow handle. All right. Here is our car. Nene's the driver. We are packed up in here. Figure out how to. Nene will be driving for this trip. Don't forget to take a picture of your gas. So one of the things you want to do when you stay long-term as a global entrepreneur or long-term anywhere, you want to go to the grocery store. So we are headed into the grocery store to see what we can find. We typically get breakfast and lunch foods, and then play it by ear for dinner. So let's go ahead and go into the grocery store. Nice looking grocery store. Let's go see what we can find. No recording? Alright, they wouldn't let me record in the store, but here are some of the foods that we got. I will show you when we get home and let you know the total price. We got 3 bags and a beer. Here is our groceries. This will last about a week and a half, but like butter, cream cheese, it'll last a little longer. The exchange rate is in Florence or Guilders. 240 for this is equal to 130 US dollars. We've been to a grocery store inside of a mall. If not, this is Sambil Mall grocery store. As you can see, you can get just about anything you need at the grocery store and make any meal that you are used to making at home. Prices will vary based on the store you shop at. This is like a mega store. It was huge. They had food, a restaurant in there, and everything from A to Z. This is a corner store you can stop at while you're driving, but now let's go to the floating market.
Yeah,
This is $2? This is $2 US, right?
yeah.
$2 US. 3 bananas. So keep looking and compare that price. Seems like everything is $2 US. So maybe next time I'm up. Oh, they got mangoes. Definitely mangoes. How much are mangoes? English?
Huh?
How much?
$3 for 1 kilo.
Okay, so that $3 for 1 kilo. So they're gonna measure these. $3 for 1 kilo. I'm not getting it right. I'm still looking.
Huh? $2 for 1 piece.
$2 a piece. 3 bananas like before. Actually, let's test the theory. We're gonna get 5 and see what the price is. How much is this? $3? And then, so how much is it for 3? How much for 3? No, not buying. You just want enough. $1 for 3? And $3 for that. So $1 US for 3. Look at those. And then, let's see what else you got. All this is yours? Pepper.
Juan,
One?
agarra tú por $1.
Yes, $1. So $1? $1 US.
I got the mangoes.
Mangoes. How much are your mangoes?
Mango es $1 for one mango seed.
$1 for one mango.
Yeah.
Is it ripe? You ready?
Is this ready? Yeah. You want one or two? We're gonna get two.
Two? Yeah, one more.
So each mango is $1 US. So that's 2, 3, 4. Let's see.
Can't get my change before.
$3 for one bag.
Yeah.
Whoa. Pineapple.
Small bag. This is a big bag. This
$2.
$2.
Yeah.
You want these or no?
I want pineapple.
Oh, you want pineapple?
Ese o este. ¿Cuál de los dos? ¿Este o este?
If I get this one. $2?
$1.
$1. $1.
Five.
$5 so far.
$1?
Is that blanco?
$3.
$3.
Is that white pineapple?
Whole pineapple.
Dame ayer, $3.
You want the whole pineapple or the cut one?
It's up to you. I'm not cutting it. I don't cut pineapple. You
We'll
know-
just get this one. We're gonna get the already cut so that we don't have to cut it.
Thank you.
All right.
Faltan $2. Pero no.
Oh, $2 more?
Ya, $2.
Did you get the watermelon?
Orange y un apple. ¿Quieres un orange y un apple?
No.
Watermelon.
Yeah. How much was the watermelon again?
Es 3. 3, pero no problem.
Okay, $2. Benita.
Gracias.
Gracias. Thank you.
Okay.
$10. Fresh fruits and vegetables from Venezuela. And there's the floating market over there. Join us in the next episode of Travel Live Globally as we explore the island by car.